so surprising just to hear that from him because he's so like.
It really makes you want to record more, just like moments into another, you know. Because everyone we find, it's like, oh my gosh, I'm so glad Lindy did this. Then you started to record out of nowhere.
My door locks at 7. Because we forget to lock it if not. It's so nice.
How do you do that?
It's Vivint. We have our security system's called Vivint, but it's so nice. Cause I set.
Like small security systems, they do that. I need to know if they can lock my door too.
Oh,
No, this door, it don't automatically lock.
No, and my Cadillac did.
I know my Honda did.
but you got your keys locked in your Cadillac one time. Remember that?
I did. At the gas station.
Then would make sure the doors were locked at night and my car was locked. Because most of the time I leave my purse in the car unlocked.
Yeah.
You make me pull all that out and then make sure the house is locked. After like, remember?
Mom, do you remember one time that just like sparked a memory? Do you remember you were bringing me to piano lessons and I think Cameron got locked in the car. She was like a little bitty baby.
She did.
I remember that.
That was back in the day before they had the big, you know, that was like find a key, you know, and I don't know what it was, but she did. But I can't remember the song.
Right.
Back when Kayla's still like the best
Katie
friends.
found this of Cameron singing. That girl could sing, yeah.
It's weird too because she didn't sing. At least I didn't hear her
I
sing
knew she
too
could
many.
sing. Cause she
Well,
could
no,
sing
I
with
didn't
me.
hear her sing Christian
I know.
songs.
That's why.
Yeah.
That's why it blessed me so much. She would sing in the car with me all the time, but she would never let anybody know she could sing.
You could have been recording it.
I should have been recording.
You would have never
She would
thought
get
to do
down
that
in the
though.
car, let me tell you,
With you.
with me. It had really blessed me. You saw this song by Ian Burstyn? That thing was crazy. Yeah.
Younger than we are. I remember it was like dress up day for school we had, and him and Drew, they both he had like a Trump mask.
Oh yeah. he
Oh
wore
my
it.
gosh, that Trump mask.
The Secret Service.
Yeah.
Yes.
I remember he came into our room with
First time
that.
behind the wheel. He was just- This was like, oh my God.
Is that the
Yes. My girl was something, yeah.
I remember me and Sat were just talking and we were sitting in the room and then Christopher comes in with the Trump mask on. I remember that so vividly. I think I have a video of him wearing it and he's just doing the motions.
This was the night. Remember the picture was up. That was the night.
I would have never known I was in the living room.
Oh, really? They're just set up right there in the living room?
Let's see it again.
Then we just got all the TV was set up in the living room. We had the backdrop and everything.
I didn't know that was in
Then
the
we had
living
just got all
room.
that new camera equipment. Who would have thought that picture would have been, you know.
I found some of
We
them.
had Lori Lyman take them first.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't like them.
Think about her pictures.
She just, I don't know, that was God's gift to her because she could, I would say, Lindy, look, that would be a good background. Mama. Like, that is not a good background.
You couldn't even
Like,
hold
to
it.
me, it looked beautiful. And she would pick these places I would never take, and they would just be beautiful pictures.
Bubba. Ready?
No.
Ready? Chicken, 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 chicken. Chicken, chicken. Choo choo.
Please.
Ready? Which one is it?
No.
It was on Lindy's. Ami saw it though.
I couldn't remember, I don't remember what I clothes back from that. I never got anything back.
Only your shoes we got back.
Yeah, all I got back was my shoes. I didn't get
Pregnant.
clothes.
Beep beep.
Beep beep. London jeans on it.
Beep beep.
Ding 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 ding. Ding 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 ding.
All she had was thick underwear on.
Ding 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 ding.
They had no bra.
Yeah, they cut
Please.
everything.
We were in the hospital one time when she was having problems trying to go to the bathroom.
Tom,
I ended up cutting the shorts and.
please.
Ready?
I said, just give her, she did too much.
Ding 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 ding. Yes, it is. Ding 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 ding.
I think that's when you're in traction.
Beep.
Because that's my favorite part too. Was that
Moo 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 moo.
get out the room, no, she's going to bed.
I know that's the worst.
Yeah,
When
yo.
I got home, it was like, Lord, have mercy. The bathroom part, that is no fun.
Four.
That is no fun.
Yaki.
The, like 360.
So I did get banned earlier. Bregman's butt got me banned. I don't know who was on here when he streaked across the living room and he jumped on Marissa and Mom. I had to get him undressed because he went play in the rain and he was soaking wet. So I took his clothes off and I went in the room to get him some clothes and he jumped on Mom and Marissa butt naked and his butt flashed on the screen. So I got banned for minor sexual exploitation. But it was only for like 15 minutes. Marissa's still here. Mom and Marissa are just in the living room reminiscing. But look how cute, y'all. Thank you for the heart. I put the website link in my bio. I just made it go live today. And I'm gonna like type a big thing, but I'm thinking instead of it going towards the school, I'll do like a separate fundraiser for the school. But I think I want to put it towards starting a nonprofit. And my like ultimate dream goal would be to go travel around Louisiana and speak at schools. Thank you for the hearts. Speak at high schools and DUI classes. That would be like my ultimate dream. So I think that's what the money from the bracelets and stuff will go towards. Trying to figure out how to navigate that. And we have, look the dog. We have the artwork all printed out and ready and stamped. We stamped it with Lindy's signature. But we need to figure out how to ship it because I don't want it to bend in shipping. So we have it all ready to go. I just need to figure out how to ship it. Oh, those look like my patio lights. That's what I would love to do, is go speak at DUI classes. I think that's such a need. But I can't do it and work. You know, I work 40 hours a week. So I just physically can't. Like, I'm mentally drained, just with all the grief and work. So I would love to start a nonprofit to where I can do that full time. I didn't think her TikTok was gone, but yeah, we probably poster to, oh yeah, so we just need to figure out like how to ship it, like what's the best way, like lay it flat or in a tube or whatever. So we're gonna ship one tomorrow to somebody at Nichols that wants one as like a tester to see how much it costs to ship and everything, and then we'll start listing them. Yeah, let me see if they want to get back on live. I know her mom really didn't want to be on live, so I got banned for Bregman's butt showing, and then I couldn't get on for like 15 minutes, and I kind of just left it alone while we were visiting. Yes, the bracelets there, I just put them on the website today. See Lindy's little heart, Christopher's basketball, Lindy's camera, the tub for Cameron, the Hello Kitty for Cameron, and then I did the 3 crosses for all. Y'all hearing me so damn loud? Yeah, the cord. I need to see like what the cost is. I was thinking a cordboard insert. Watch, I'll show them to y'all. See, there's all the bracelets. See, we have them. This stamp got messed up, but we got this. We had got this laminated. But you see. So as soon as we figure out how to ship these, I'm gonna list them on the website. She even numbered them for us. What? What you want? You done? You want to get out? You want to get out? Oh, sorry, bub. Oh, you showing them the YouTube video? All right, let me show y'all this video they watching.
No, let me make that
What, Bobby? What?
You weren't letting, you know that?
What? What, baby? I don't know what you want. What you want? She was little when she did that, huh? Yeah, so I made the website go live. You can actually order them. Ooh, let me fix it. We're at my house. Yeah, if y'all go in my bio, y'all can, there's the link to the website. The little bathtub. He's chewing back. Look, he's chewing on my charger. It's kind of messy right now. Eric just cooked. It's a shame how my man gets home from work and I don't have him nothing cooked. But yeah, see, we have all the stuff ready to go. All the drawings. We just need to get the shipping straight.
Okay, babe. All right.
Why?
He's laughing, he's all proud. Afford it.
He always like rubs his belly. He like
Oh my
gets
god.
dirt. He's like he rubs his belly.
Oh my god.
That's Coach Patty's grandson, Asian Paul brother.
Yeah.
Oh, you're so sweet.
But the little girls on the team were so welcoming to
Yeah, they are.
That's so nice, huh? Really makes a difference.
It was the first time she went for the parent meeting when she came with me. She just, afterwards, she was just glued to me. She wasn't
Yeah.
ready
I
to.
know. I don't.
She wasn't ready to.
Yeah. Well, and
You know.
that's okay.
It's okay, look, go talk to this one.
It's hard to meet people your own age because they're just so mean.
I know, especially girls.
Uh-huh.
Girls are
Exactly.
mean.
I was so nervous. I was like glued to it.
And that's my usually.
I mean that.
You mean back?
I got
Girl said, I can get them.
Why?
Yeah, I get mad at those girls, and I got not notorious, but I got people like me for speaking up to like a lot of popular girls.
Oh, see, so.
It's like Maya.
Talking about reporting on TikTok.
Toes. Toes.
So at first we were gonna do all the proceeds going to the school. Let me go in Bregman's room, turn this sound machine off. We were first gonna do it to the school to fund the little entryway thing that I showed y'all earlier. But now I think I'm gonna do it to go towards starting a nonprofit. Some of y'all might have been on when I was talking about how I would like to, instead of like doing the job I do now, go speak at schools on like a full-time basis and share the story and hopefully resonate with the kids, or speak at DUI classes. So I think the money's gonna go towards that, and then if we end up not doing that, which I really want to, then it'll probably just go to the school to help fund our entryway thing. We're waiting on a quote for that right now. Let me show y'all for those who weren't on earlier. This is the proposal for the entryway for the school. So yeah, I got banned earlier. It suddenly dropped because Bregman's butt flashed across the screen. Yeah, so this is gonna be like a little something about the kids, and then this will be the other side will be like something about the school, and this will be like metal. The quote we got so far was like kind of high, so either way we're gonna figure it out and do it. But I think first let me turn this off. The proceeds from these and the artwork, when we list it, will go towards hopefully doing a nonprofit, but they did have some good news in the world of drunk driving victims today. Somebody in Louisiana that killed, in here.
They leaving.
Oh, they leaving. Okay, hold on, y'all. Let me tell Marissa bye.
Yeah, in Liberia, so we need to visit there too a couple times. You know, get the little places in Liberia.
Oh, CC's?
No, the DMV,
Wait, for what? What you trying to do?
the little place y'all buying out and redoing.
Oh, Airbnb?
Airbnb.
Oh, I don't know if we're doing that.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it's something we're considering.
Yeah.
Sorry, up to occupy his mom. Keep him busy.
Okay, I paused it. I went back on live. Hold on, let me. Did he close the door? Oh yeah. I was talking about the woman that got 30 years. I went to message the mama of the boy that died, and it turns out she had already messaged me. I just didn't see it because it was in my spam folder. I messaged her and told her how happy I was, which 30 years still isn't enough, but it's still the maximum. Yeah, Marissa and her mom just left. It was nice to see them. I am 32. Bye, y'all. Somebody gonna have my accent. Look, they cute when you wear them all together. No, I didn't hear what her husband said. The one who went to jail. What, sir? What? She was on her 3rd DUI minimum that hit that boy. He couldn't believe they gave her 30 years. They gave the other family a life sentence. What? Y'all leaving? Okay.
Okay, I'll call you later, baby.
All right, bye.
Bye.
Tell the live people bye, Mom.
Bye, y'all.
Daddy.
Bye, Bragman.
Now it's quiet. Huh, Bubba? Bubba, it's quiet. It's quiet. It's quiet. Who's that? Is that Bragman? So the bracelets are on. Do you think you ever share the videos that one lady sent to your mom? No, my mama does not want me to. Those were hard to look at, and they're not graphic. It's just I don't know. She don't want those shared, and I'm completely good with that. The video of the tow truck guy thing, that one, it got banned. It got banned. I appealed it, won, and then it got banned again. But that video was from her. And the video of all the EMS lights and all that was from her. Hey, Monique. Marissa and Bethany just left. And my mom. Look, Monique, look the bracelets I had made. I'm going to have to bring you some. Talk loud, boy. Why are you so crazy? Why are you so crazy? Marissa, you know what? We gave her all her stuff back. Like Christopher had a couple of her hoodies that he would always wear. We gave her those back. Oh no, sir. Honestly, when she came to the house, we didn't even go in his room, but glasses. We're not opposed to giving her anything. I guess we still didn't really go through his stuff. Like we went through the girls' rooms because they were messy and we had to like pick up their clothes. But Christopher's room was neat as a pin, so like we didn't. He's about to throw something at me. So Monique, so there's this lady on TikTok. Her name is Tree of Hope Creations, and she makes jewelry. She can make jewelry from like ashes, breast milk, hair, all that kind of stuff. So we had like 7 or 8 pieces of jewelry. I don't think she made it yet, but we sent in their hair that we got from the funeral home, and she's making some stuff for us. Yeah, I got she probably could do funeral flowers too. People who said like they don't have ashes, all they have is dirt from where their loved one is buried. She can even make stuff with dirt. I did get banned from that live earlier. Bregman was playing outside in the rain and he was soaking wet. And so when he came in, I took his clothes off and I went in his room to get him some more. And while he was naked, he jumped on my mom and Marissa's lap and his butt flashed across the screen. Literally, it was like half a second. So I got banned for minor sexual exploitation. It was literally like half a second. But yeah, Monique, the lady, Reese with the rescue group, early on, she asked me for permission to do something special at the funeral home. I didn't know what she was doing, but I knew she had good intentions. And she actually got their fingerprints for us and like big locks of their hair. So we have that. Yeah, Bregman streaked across my screen. So I got banned, which somebody must have reported me. It happened like 10 minutes after he did that. Yes, you can order them. I just made it go live today. I don't know which one's my favorite though. I love Cameron's little bath because that's so her. Oh, it's backwards again. Let me switch it. This thing makes you go backwards. It's so weird. Yeah, Marissa has been missing Christopher a lot. It's sad. Oops. Cameron didn't have a boyfriend. Lindy had like a little boo. Yes, they're actually on the they are on the website. So I made a website. Hold on, I think my thing's still mirrored. Yeah, hold on, let me mirror it back. My face looks weird when I do that. Okay. What is Cameron on the bracelet? Hold on, let me show y'all. Kind of. Let me twist them all the right way and I'm gonna show y'all again. Okay, can y'all see? I'm so dumb with this. It's like everything I do, it does the opposite. So Love Like Lindy, hers has the camera, and then the other side has the heart. The little money thing, when I typed in investment, that's what came up, and that's so Christopher, because he was like all about his stuff. And then the basketball, of course. And then Cameron has the little bathtub lady. Because y'all, Cameron loved her bath just like me. Like, for Christmas, I had her all kind of like Dr. Teal's products, all kind of stuff for Christmas that I never got to give to her. And then the little Hello Kitty bow. And then the last one is, the last one's long. It's kind of hard to get it all, but it has the little 3 crosses on each side, and then it has all their names. Oh, that's so nice, y'all. So so we found out that watch, let me go outside because my husband's probably, he don't like doing the live stuff. No, I can't believe it's gonna be half a year. I already know that I'm gonna I don't know. I'm probably gonna have to take off of work that day if it's a work day. I don't know, but you can come outside. Oops. I just saw that her baby died. I went to click the article, but I think Marissa and them got here. That's so sad that her baby died. And for anybody that's wondering what we're talking about, this was crazy. They had 2 drunk drivers wreck into each other, and a 20-year-old girl died. She wasn't driving, but she wasn't buckled. She was 9 months pregnant, but her baby lived. This was like a month ago, but her baby died, I think, today. Me and my mom live like 15 minutes apart. So, I'm that girl from Texas. That's Derwan. I've been working for Christus since 2018. I think I'm about to make 4 years over there. And I've been working for my supervisor for 3 years. And she still cannot pronounce my last name. No, my mom and Carly just left. They've been kind of going all day. My mom had a hair appointment. And every Wednesday she meets with these 3 ladies. And they go to a coffee shop and they read a book. And so she did that. And then she had a hair appointment today. So she's been rodeing all day. So you got your trucks? What is the brother and sister? I don't know what you mean. I just saw the video. So some people pronounce my last name, like some people have the same last name around here, say Derwan. We say Derwan. Did Marissa tell you what she saw? When I went see Marissa in the hospital, the wreck happened on a Friday. I went see her on Sunday. And she told me the only thing she remembered was a lady telling her stay with me, and let me see if my phone will stay up, and Cameron breathing. And whenever she told me she heard Cameron breathing, that like broke my heart. So I made a website. My brother helped me, and I listed all the bracelets on there today. These will be really easy for us to ship, so I'm trying on these. I have all the drawings ready to go. One of the teachers at school stamped them for us, so they all have Lindy's signature. I just need to ship one as like a tester to see how much it's gonna cost to ship. I don't, because they're really big. They're like they're not printed on 8x10s. They're like big, even though there's a lot of like blank space on the side. I think I showed y'all. I probably could go get one to show y'all. It's like really big, so I don't know how to ship it without it bending. I know I can put it in a tube or do something. Yeah, she was rodeing. That's a Cajun word. They were rodeing all day. She been busy. She been all over the place. This is part from the Kendra Scott collection. I don't have them in, but I have the earrings too, and then I have the necklace. But Eric went to Disney with Grant for Grant was in the honor club, and if they stayed in the honor club all year, they got to go on a trip to Disney, and they went to Disney Springs. And I was like, hey, there's a Kendra Scott store, so he bought me this Kendra Scott necklace last week or week before. Yeah, so my mom is still employed by the post office, and she's really good friends with the clerk, so I know she's gonna figure out shipping for us. We just need to actually go do it. Do you know the story about Marissa? No, I don't. I know her mama told her, but I really don't know the details. I could have asked, but whenever they got here, I could tell her mom didn't really want to be on live, so I didn't want to like bombard them with all those questions, but she won't mind. Okay, tell me if I'm still freezing for y'all. I came outside, but I just turned my Wi-Fi off. So I actually got to see Marissa before my mom, because I went to the hospital on Sunday, and my mom was in surgery. So while I was waiting on my mom to get out of surgery, I went to see Marissa. And it was crazy because, okay, let me think. Okay, so when I walked in to see Marissa, I don't know if it was the emotions of like green, yellow, orange. Come tell him your colors. Y'all, he says orange, so cute. No. What color is this? What is this? What color? Green. What color is this? Yellow. Okay, and what color is this? Orange. Why is it freezing? Okay. I don't know why it's freezing. I turned my Wi-Fi off, and I'm right outside my living room where my modem is. What color is that? Orange. Okay, so it's not freezing for most of y'all. So the wreck happened late Friday night. Saturday I was running around like a chicken with my head cut off. And then they still had like the COVID rules and stuff, so I didn't even think I could go to the hospital. My dad, Kyle, and Shay were there, so I really couldn't even go. I had a ton of things to do that day. So then Sunday, my mom was having her first surgery on her, I'm trying to think. She had the first surgery on her right leg that was broken in 5 places. Well, her leg was broken in 4 places, and her ankle was crushed. So she was having the surgery on that on Sunday. So I went to the hospital that day, and when I walked in the room to see Marissa, I don't know if it was like the emotions of, she was the first person I saw that was in the wreck after the wreck, or if it was almost like I was so sad that I didn't get to see my siblings. I didn't know, like, I don't know what it was, but I like kind of fainted. I was giving her mom a hug and I lost like all control of my body. And she had to help me sit down, and I was like, that was so weird. Like, I was conscious, but I couldn't move my body. It was so weird. Well, then a couple hours later, you going in the house? A couple hours later, we were waiting in the waiting room for my mom's surgery, and my dad and all of us were like talking to some pastors that were there with us. And I was standing next to my dad, and he just was trying to say something, and then he just completely fainted. And thank God I caught his head before it hit the floor. And it was weird, but he was like, I was conscious, I just lost control of my body. And I said, oh my gosh, I know exactly what you're talking about. Like, that just happened to me. So I think it was just like the overwhelming grief that came over us, because it was so weird. The same thing happened to us both. I did not have to identify Lindy, but for some reason I am on her death certificate as the person that identified her. But I think it's just because I gave them her information. I know that, I guess they knew who it was, because I went, I identified the other two. I remember giving her information, like her name and date of birth and all that, to the first hospital where Cameron was at. I'm not gonna lie, y'all, though, like I had a pretty good week this week. Oh, Bregman's trying to come back outside. Oh, I didn't just see them. I identified Cameron and Christopher's body. You coming back outside? Oh, you ain't get a truck? Definitely, like, those are the two, like, moments whenever so the other day I was on a call with Sudden Impact, which is like a Louisiana program that is prevents impaired driving, and there was a bunch of new people that I hadn't met. Not new people, but like new to me, I hadn't met yet. One of them is a state trooper, a couple of them with some trauma nurses, but anyways, I hadn't met them, so the director wanted me to tell my story again. And it's like, when I get to the part about Cameron and Christopher, I cannot get through that part without crying. So I'm doing EMDR for those two moments. Like, that, of course, there's a bunch of hard moments, but those two, like seeing Cameron's body and seeing Christopher's body, oh, I'm getting emotional just thinking about it. Those two parts are very, very hard for me. I cannot even think about those two clearly without crying. I started EMDR and I only did one session, and it was freaking intense. It was hard. So I didn't do it again, but I'm kind of like, so the counselor that I'm seeing, she's a Christian, and she follows the Holy Spirit's guidance on when to do things. And the last couple of times I just wasn't feeling it, and she said, we're going to do it on your own pace. So the last couple of times I went, we had a lot to update her on. So we haven't done it. Not like a really good week. I guess where I was going was like the prior 2 weeks before this, I was just really in the slumps. Like, it was hard for me to get out of bed. Like, I guess when my husband was going, he was in Disney. I wasn't because he was going, but that week it was just hard. I don't know. And when we went to Austin to visit my brother, sister-in-law, and his twins, normally we have such fun road trips, and Lindy, Cameron, and Christopher, and Ami would all be in the back cutting up. And this trip, she was just bored in the back, not talking. She was like, do I have to come? And like, that's so not our normal. So their absence was so loud that we ended up just leaving a day early. Because, and it's not nothing with my brother and them, like we enjoyed visiting them, but like we just, I don't know, it was weird to explain, but me and my mom were feeling the same exact way. Kyle's doing better though. The last I heard from my mom, I talked to him today actually, but it was just about sushi. We just got an Aldi here in New Iberia, and I bought some frozen sushi, and it's freaking good, y'all. And Kyle loves sushi, so I was telling him about it, and he answered me today. But I think he is doing better than usual. Hold on one second. My brother's texting me. Let me see if he needs something.
No.
You should look into those, please. Yeah, I never heard of that. Does your daughter have a hard time talking about them? What? You want your chair to be closer? There you go. There you go. So my daughter, so we recently got into Cameron's Snapchat, and there are so many pictures of my daughter and her on there, and videos, and oh, it just breaks my heart. They were so close. Like, Amia was kind of like my mom's 10th child. Like, she was so close to the last three in age. She was kind of just fit in like their siblings, and we lived there when I was younger. So it just breaks my heart for her, and she's very introverted, very to herself. She doesn't like to express her feelings. Usually when I ask her anything about the kids or mention them, she will not talk. So what day was it? The other day she asked me to go to the fair, so I took her to the fair, and on the way to pick up her little friend, I gave her my phone to go through Cameron's Snapchat, and like I was kind of looking at her in the corner of my eye, and she just had the biggest smile on her face, and she was sending a bunch of videos to herself. So I don't force her to talk about them. I try to get her to, because I know that's the healthy way to process it. I do need to return a call to someone that I'm gonna. My phone's dying. How do you deal with her not want to talk? Yeah, it's hard for me. There's a lady, there's a group called the Rescue Group, and they help families who lost children. And there's a lady who works for them, and she's a child life specialist. And she called me and left me a voicemail. I need to return it. I'm going to have Ami see her, because I don't know how to go about talking to her. This is foreign to me. But like, there's so much more to grief than you ever think about. Like, on top of me, like, having to grieve my siblings because I was super close with them and they were in my everyday life. Like, I have to watch my mom be brokenhearted. I have to watch my dad be brokenhearted. I have to watch my siblings be brokenhearted, my kids. I went to Sonic the other day because I'm obsessed with Sonic drinks, as y'all know. And when I turned in, it was kind of late at night. It was like 8 o'clock, and there were these little teenage girls there, just talking, hanging out, taking pictures on their phone. Oh my God, I busted out crying. Like, my sisters will never get to do that. Like, that would have been them. It was kids their age, and there's just so many little things that punch you in the gut every single day. But I told my mom, we always say like, oh, I'll never get over this. Oh, we're going to be sad forever. Oh, we're going to feel this kind of pain forever. But I told her, I said, you know, we really have no business saying that. You know that God can have us heal from this. So I said, we really need to stop confessing that, because we may not feel this pain one day. Of course, logically, we think we will, but who's to say we won't get over this one day? Right now, it's tough. I cry every day. But I think maybe one day we can heal. But I don't know. It's tough to even think about now. Like, but my mom reminded me, she's like, Katie, it's so soon. Like, we can't even see straight right now. And oh my gosh, when when we saw the video with Lindy. And then, y'all, don't get me wrong, it's not like a graphic video. Like, you can literally see Lindy's, you can tell it's her arm, but she's wearing a big puffy sweater. I just know it's her because, like, that's the kind of stuff she wore. And you can just see, like, an outline of her face. Barely, like, very quick. It's not graphic. Just seeing her there hurt my heart. But like my mom said, we have so many questions about the wreck. Seeing stuff like that kind of helps us put it together. And from what the grief counselor tells us, it's really, really healthy to face the hard things. Maybe not all at once. Like, don't overload yourself. But face the hard things, deal with it, and that's how you process it in a healthy way. Bregman is... Let's see. What you doing? Come get my phone charger. He got my house a mess. Oh no, sir. Look, Carly, God dog it. She leaves her snowball on the floor when I got this crazy boy. Oh, Amanda, who was that? I'm just curious because we talked to a couple people. So we talked to Tyler Farris, who he was the first paramedic on scene. His girlfriend was one of the nurses at the hospital. The lady who sent us the pictures, Tiffany. I wonder, do you know, what does she do? Like, what, was she like a witness or she was a first responder? I didn't talk to anyone named Tiffany. My mom is definitely getting to the point where she's ready to know some things. Cause in the video that we just got from the lady Jennifer, you can see like a purple figure kind of on the side of Lindy. It has to be my mom. You can't make out that it's her, but it has to be her. Where the placement is, it kind of looks like her hair, but we thought she had a gray shirt on just because she can't find her favorite gray shirt. What? You want to come in or out? Out? Okay, you can come out. We got to keep the door closed. She was behind them. Oh, okay. Did she stop? Like, was she? Because the people that I talked to that were witnesses was a lady named Jennifer and her kids. A man named Justin Darden. He was a witness. They had an off-duty paramedic and his wife, Kevin and Jerry.
What?
Yeah, we call it a snowball. Yes. Oh, yeah. Can she message me? My mom would probably want to talk to her. Son. Can you post this live? Yeah, I can. I'm going to have to figure out how to get Bregman's butt off of it because, I'm sad I missed a live with Marissa. I'll post it. I'm going to see if I can edit out the part with Bregman's butt because that's what got me banned. A heavy backpack you have on for life. That is so true. I have 2 kids and I have a little stepson. Is it freezing for everybody? No, yes, no. Okay, so mostly no's. We are not having any more kids. I made my husband go get the snip. They too expensive. My friend and his brother were killed. Oh my gosh, she was the first responder. That is terrible. They have the program that I'm working with, Sudden Impact. They're a really awesome and effective program with preventing drunk driving. Go see Dada. Go take a bubby. Go see Dada. I don't want to leave my door open because... Oh, yeah. Cameron Fodge, if you were calling me, text me. Somebody was calling me. It's a guy drinking. We don't understand what... We don't understand why he was in Louisiana. I don't understand if he lived in Georgia or lived here. I don't know. We have a lot of questions about... Y'all, this child's driving me nuts. You driving me nuts, boy. I got my charger, but I had a phone call. What? What you want? Y'all, come get this child. Yeah, somebody really reported me for minor nudity. Like, come on, y'all. It was a baby butt. And it was literally so fast. I just went get him some clothes. I took his clothes off at my door because actually this was his shirt. Look, it was so wet I could like wring it out. So I took his clothes off at the door. And when I went get him some new clothes, he jumped his little naked butt on Marissa's lap. And for 1 second, you saw his butt. And then 10 minutes later, I get a nudity, child sexual exploitation warning and got kicked off the live. Yeah, like, who is watching me and reporting me? Like, golly. What? So my mom, my siblings, and Marissa were going to a basketball game in North Louisiana. We live in South Louisiana, so it was 4 hours away. They went to the game. They stopped at Subway and they were on their way back. They were probably a little more than halfway home on the interstate, and the guy who was drunk, from what we think, he merged on the wrong side of the highway. Thank you. He merged on the wrong way and hit them head on, going 80. Going 80 to 90 miles per hour. Tell him what you want to say.
Nah.
What color is this? What color? What color is this one? What color is this one? You don't know? What color is that?
Yellow.
This is yellow. What's this one?
Orange.
Orange?
Green.
Green. Oh, y'all really think he looks like Christopher? I never hear that.
Green.
You know, it's funny that you say it could have been prevented if they didn't stop at the Subway, because Christopher, even though they won, his team was undefeated, he wasn't happy with how he played that night. So when my mom and them went to Subway, he didn't want to eat. He just got in those little moods. He wasn't a big eater anyway, so he didn't want anything to eat. So when they were leaving, my mom said, Christopher, you want Wendy's? Because he liked Wendy's. That was his favorite. And they were in an unfamiliar place, so she didn't know where the Wendy's was, but she would have went find it if he wanted it. Well, he said no. Had she saw one, she would have just went get him something anyway. Thank you. She would have went get him one anyway, but she didn't know where it was, and he said he didn't want none. So we were telling the director of Sudden Impact, like, if they would have did this, if my mom would have drove, she probably would have been going slower because she's a slower driver. If they would have went to Wendy's, if they wouldn't have stopped at Subway. But the director of Sudden Impact had a good point. She said, no, it's not because they stopped at Subway. It's not because they didn't stop at Wendy's. It's not because of anything but if the one man wouldn't have been drunk driving. That's the only thing that made this happen. Nothing else made this happen, and that's true. It's hard not to think about the what ifs though. So the bracelets are on if you click my bio, I put the link in there. Oh, I really admire Lindy's glow up. Y'all, I found a video of Lindy. If I show this y'all will literally not believe it's her. Like, her cheeks were so fat that they were almost touching her eyebrows. Like, she was so big. She never did anything with her hair. Like, she stuck it back in like this tight headband. The bottom was like nappy curly. I remember I would straighten it for her, and anytime she would sweat, it would ping back up. Like, y'all, sister looked rough. The girl had a glow up. Like, I need to do this video and then a recent picture of her. I would always want to do her hair and makeup when she was little, and she would never want me to. And then all of a sudden, she just got fine and started caring about what she looked like. I don't know about her workout routine. I know she just didn't eat a lot. Cameron did have a glow up too. Not quite as like much as Lindy, because hey boy, he just threw this at me. My eye itches. Come on, boy. You going in the house? Close the door. Can you close the door? Yeah, Cameron, like, she never looked as rough as... Go see Dada. You want to go see Dada? That's exactly right. She didn't... quite get to her say, but like, Cameron's hair was beautiful. Cameron just didn't look as rough as Lindy did, so her glow up transformation wasn't as drastic. Lindy's was drastic. We are working with Sudden Impact. That's part of the reason I would want to start a nonprofit. She told me they already have 15 high schools booked just on the Louisiana section or whatever. She told me she could run me in the ground with high schools to speak at, but I can't go speak at high schools every day when I work. So I really would like to start the nonprofit so I can I can be available to do that. So that's why the proceeds from the bracelets, and when I do sell the artwork, that'll all go to that. My husband's just nervous because he's like, so you're gonna quit your steady stable job and try and live off of donations? He always doubts me though. But I don't want to like live off of donations, and I don't want to get rich off of this by any means. Like, if I can just replace my salary with like the same amount, that would be fine. And then the rest, like if we raise above what we would, what I would need to pay myself to survive, I would want to help pay for funerals or just expenses for other drunk driving victims, because we had some organization, I'm not going to name them, pay for all of the funerals, like straight up come up immediately offer, when my brain didn't even get to process the fact of how are we paying for 3 funerals, because a lot of the times you can't, even if you have insurance policies, a lot of funeral homes won't take insurance. Like, you got to come up with the money and then you get reimbursed. So my grandma had passed away in March, and my mom had like a very small inheritance from her. It would have been just enough to cover the funerals or not quite enough, I would have had to figure out how to get in her account, bother her with how to pay for this. It just would have been really stressful figuring out how to pay for it, like on the spot. But thankfully they all came, they all got paid for. So I would love to be able to do that with, I would love to be able to do that for other people. Hopefully, you know, eventually we can do no funerals. But I see somebody asked who else passed besides the 3 kiddos and the drunk driver. So nobody in that direct wreck, but where they were diverting traffic like 4 miles away, they were at an overpass. That's where they were, you know, directing traffic because the roads were closed, and there was an 86-year-old man that wrecked into a police cruiser and he died. So it wasn't a direct result of the wreck, like it wasn't the wreck, but it was a result of it. So he was actually the 5th person. If you relate them, I relate them, because going back again, if the man would have never been drinking and driving, he would have never hit us, and that road would have never been closed for them to need to divert and for him to hit him. So yeah, technically 5 people died from this one thing. Marissa remembers hearing Cameron breathe and hearing a lady talk to her. Exactly. Would have never happened if he didn't drink and drive. Yes, the lady who took the photos and videos were allowed to stay at the scene. I didn't really talk to her too much. I talked to her in the very beginning, and there were a lot of things that were really hard for me to hear. My mom just circled back to get more info, but I know she was allowed to stay because some of her videos are from right at the, because they have the timestamp at the top. Some of them are from right when the wreck happened, and some of them are from like almost midnight when they were flipping his truck over, which that video got banned apparently because it's graphic, just a truck being loaded onto a tow truck. I appealed that ban, that video being removed, won it, they reinstated the video, and then it got banned again. Hey, I don't, Taj, is it Taj? You can email me. I would do an interview. You should tell your story like every week. That's what I want to do. I want to share my story. I want to keep my kids' memories alive. I want to show people a couple of things, you know, with this. Thanks for the June. I guess that's what you call it. How can we raise awareness if everything is banned? Exactly. And, you know, on the TikTok community guidelines, it says you can't show anything gruesome or graphic, but there are exceptions if you're raising awareness for something. I'm like, okay, then why do I get banned all the time? What do you mean she heard her breathing? That's just what she told me. She said, I remember waking up and hearing Cameron breathing. Cameron didn't die at the scene, so she was breathing. Would you write a book? So, I want my mom to have a book written about her. She has a crazy childhood. Her mom died when she was 7. She was raised by her dad. Her dad married a crazy lady who made him disown her, and then, you know, she had 3 kids die. So my mom has quite the testimony. So I would really like, Marissa was on the live earlier, y'all. I'm sad y'all missed it. What happened to Cameron from the scene at the hospital? I don't know. That's something we don't know. We weren't sure if they had autopsies. We were never asked if we wanted them. So we didn't know. But actually today I was looking at their death certificates for something else, and all three of them, it says, was an autopsy performed, and it says no. So that answers that. There was no autopsy performed. I got cut off from the live earlier because Bregman's butt flashed on the screen. It could be his family. I don't know. And I don't know how to stop it. Did the lady at the scene see Lindy get extracted? I don't know. I didn't ask her. Yes, his girlfriend does come around. She was here earlier. Thank you for ordering a bracelet. Marissa was in the middle in the back. Cameron was to her left and Christopher was to her right. And the lady with sudden impact, Bridget, she said the back middle is the safest part, the safest place in the car. Because it's the center of gravity and it's the furthest from any impact. You have to block them. I don't know who they are though. Like I tried searching his wife's name so I could block her, but I can't find her on here. She's hard to find on Facebook, much less on here. Consider it. High notes. They don't ban. I never heard of that. Oh, you do? I got the, I have the ring on. I changed my necklace. With all the options, Uber. Was Lindy's arm in a weird... No, the video of her was not graphic. That's not what bothered us. It was just seeing her. Just you know, the amount of times I wondered like about this wreck and seeing her just, I don't know why it was so emotional, but it was literally just, she was just sitting back and I could just tell it was the outline of her face, but part of the car's in the way, and then part of the car's in the way and you can just see like her shoulder, and she had on a sweater. Like it's not bloody, it's not anything. It was just sad to see her there knowing she was dead. Yeah, y'all see the lightning behind me? It was pouring earlier. Oh, thank y'all for ordering bracelets. Is it in the video? No, I didn't post it. My mom doesn't want me to post it or even send it to anyone. Only send it to like a select few people, like family members and stuff. And it's not graphic. It's just, my mom doesn't request a lot, and she just said I don't want that video surfacing. Do you know what killed Lindy right away? Her death certificate says cervical fracture. I think it was her neck because I don't know. I think she was, this is just my thinking from looking at pictures of the car. The pedals were almost touching the seat. And there's like a really graphic picture. It's not super graphic, but there's a picture that we have that my brother took at the tow yard where it's like a piece of metal and there's like some flesh on it. And I know that's hers because it's in the driver's seat, but it would be from her legs. I think she was pinned in the car by her legs. But I know that wouldn't have killed her. So I think what killed her was the cervical fracture. But then again, there was no autopsy. She did not get any medical help because she was DOA. So, I don't know. Wow, the way you're seated right now. I love hearing that Cameron looks like me. We always heard that. I know cervical means neck, y'all. I just meant like I'm guessing that's what killed her. Lindy's said cervical fracture. Christopher said cervical injury. That's how it's worded on their death certificates. Hey, Tyler. Tyler saw those videos. Oh, I'm sorry you lost your brother. I'm sorry you have to be on this journey. Just look, be gentle on yourself. Last night, I know my mom wants to get like the website going. My mom's really ready for me not to work. My mom really likes me to keep her kids' memories alive. It means a lot to her. So she's ready for me not to work. Like yesterday, where did she go yesterday? Oh, she had an eye appointment way in Scott yesterday. She has ortho tomorrow and I can't go with her because I have to work. And I used all my PTO when the wreck happened. So like she's just ready for me to be able to go with her because she says she's really struggling with rotting in the car by herself. But anyways, she, you know, I knew she kind of wanted me to get the website going, and I just felt so overwhelmed last night. And I said, you know what? I'm being gentle on myself. I cry every single night. I grieve every single night. I'm being gentle on myself. So I went lay down and relax. So my mom's advice to everyone and my advice is just be gentle on yourself, because grief sucks. The GoFundMe money, so my mom's income got cut drastically because she used to like make overtime every week with the post office. My dad had just retired like 17 days before the wreck. So he retired and then he started contracting. So, and you know, with contracting, if you don't work, you don't get paid. So his pay got cut drastically. So their monthly income is like sliced in a lot of ways, but so are their expenses. I mean, those kids were expensive, especially Lindy. So they took a good chunk of the money and they went to a financial advisor, and he put it in I forget what it's called. He put it in something. I know we got a trust. We put it in a trust, but I think he might be like doing some like low risk investments, because my mom planned on working till she was 63. My mom's only 57. She cannot go back to work. Her legs would not allow it. Like, her job is just too hard. So they put it, I think they put it in an IRA. I know we got a trust fund because I went to that meeting and I had to sign papers for it because I'm on the trust fund. But they put it all away in a trust. They lived off of some. They do live off of some still. Did you sue the guy's wife? We are suing his insurance. That's all pending and stuff. But Lindy had a little boo. Not an official boyfriend. So we didn't get any money from his insurance yet. I don't know what we are getting. I say we. I'm not getting anything. It would be my parents. That's all still in the works. Where can we order bracelets? Let me go turn on my outside lights, y'all. But y'all know what? If a June comes at me, she gotta go off. Oh, Lord. Oh,
no. Oh,
Lord. Bregman's out here without a shirt. So, y'all, I'm going to be trying my best to conceal him so I don't get banned for child nudity or whatever. Watch your videos, and Cameron is your twin. That is one, like, we always get that we all look alike, but me and Cameron always got the most that me and her looked alike. So I emailed our state representative, one of them, what's his name? Bo Boye. He was actually Christopher's baseball coach, but I emailed him about, my phone keeps dying. Tyler, I will send you and Lindsay some, because I need to send y'all a painting too. Not a painting. Lindy's drawings. I need to mail Lindsay and you some. I will. Please remind me. Look, these are the bracelets, y'all. My dad's okay. He has a lot of guilt. That's his main issue. What, baby? How do I pin on here? Let's see. Y'all know I'm a report. Inside? Can you pin comments in on live? I don't know. Yes. Okay. Find my comment. Okay. Let me try again. I don't see how to do it. You have to pin a question. Oh. Let's see. I don't know what I'm doing, y'all. I'm too old to be doing TikTok. How come I hear a sheep? I don't know what that is. I hear it too. I don't know what it is. It's definitely some kind of animal. So, there we go. Okay, I see the pin. Question is, okay, I see the little pin. Okay, did I do it right? There we go. Report question, remove question. Gosh, this is so complicated. It's pinned. Okay, geez. Oh, that's a frog. It could. So we used to live on 3 acres. Some of y'all might have saw my videos out on the property. Oh, wait, hold on. I got to pause just to answer this. Is it too hard to drink alcohol? I have not drank out. And let me preface this. I was never a big drinker. I always get like really sick, have a headache the next day. It's just never is worth it. But, you know, every now and then I like to get a little crazy. But not only is it hard for me to drink alcohol, like I won't do it. I know this is irrational. I cannot be around people drinking alcohol. And I know that's irrational. I know I really struggle with that. Like, I want to harass you and be like, how you getting home? And I know I can't do that. So, like, my husband's family is a big drinking family, and it's very hard for me to be around them. My family, none of us are drinkers, which I have a big immediate family, but only had one uncle and he died and he had no kids. I have one aunt and she has no kids. So I don't have a big extended family, but none of us ever have drank a lot, but my husband's family does. And it's just hard for me to be around that. Like, and you know what else? I wish we could have gotten the car, even though it would be hard for me to have that in my possession. I would like to put the car on a trailer and pull it in Mardi Gras floats. Like, I'm not even Mardi Gras parades, I mean, as like a float. And like make the people remember, like, yeah, I know it's fun and y'all having a good time. But how am I? This week has been a better week than the last two before this. I was kind of in like a slump. This week I'm okay. I've been struggling to do my work at work. Like, I just dread it. And this week I got some work done. So I'm doing okay, but seeing the video with Lindy and it was really hard. And like I said, not that it was graphic or anything, which you saw it, Tyler. It's really not graphic. Just seeing my baby girl sitting in that car, like, oh, it's like she didn't even have a chance. It just breaks my heart. Would one of the kids be graduated this year? No, Christopher, would be a senior next year. Yeah, wasn't it hard to see, Tyler? And you know what really gets me? That video was taken at 9:13. The crash was at 9:01. Like, that was right after she left this earth. Like, I don't know. It's just, you could even find a car in a junkyard. I thought about that. The reason we didn't get the car, my mom owed a note on it. So in order for Geico to pay her car off, we had to sign the title over to them, and they took it to wherever they store their cars so they don't have to pay like a tow yard fee or whatever. But I thought about that. I thought about just getting any random wrecked car and towing it on a thing, which, hey, y'all, that might be part of my nonprofit. I will so put a wrecked car. Yes, the video was taken before any on-duty responders got to the scene. There was one off-duty paramedic who is a saint, who, shy baby, he tried to save my siblings. He had started an IV on Cameron and everything. He was an off-duty. Wait, who, Tyler? I didn't see what you said. I see you say who, Tyler, but I didn't see the first part to what you said. Did you hear about the kid from Lafayette that passed in an accident earlier this year? Which one? Are you talking about the girl named Ramsey? Can you feel that, people? I do feel like people pray for me and my family, because I feel like if they didn't, every day would be one of those days where you feel like you can't get out of bed. Like, I get through most days without crying. My crying places are in my bed at night. I cry a lot into my pillow and in my car. But for the most part, I mean, being 6 months out, or almost 6 months out, I do feel like we're doing good. And the counselor tells us the same thing. She's like, no, I'm telling you, I do this for a living. Y'all are doing amazing for being only this far out. So I do feel like I feel the prayers. And what I was saying earlier, I'm sure I'm repeating this for some, but like I told my mom, me and her really need to stop professing that we'll never get over this. We'll never heal from this. We're going to live a life with sorrow for the rest of our lives. Life's going to suck forever. I said, because really, that is not true. You would likely think that, but God can do anything. So who's to say we can't heal from it, you know? What did the off-duty paramedic do trying to save your son? I know one thing right off without going back and reading. I know he had an IV started on Cameron like right away. And he's actually in the video of where we can see Lindy in the car. It's just like the thing that is horrible about this. So one of my brothers struggles with addiction, and I always, this is just the cold hard truth. I always thought he would have been the one to die. And every time I would think that, I would think, oh my God, please don't let this happen. My mom and them will never recover from this. Please don't let this happen, blah, blah, blah. I never even thought about losing one of these little ones, much less three. So on top of like grieving them so much because I miss them, just me alone, I miss them, just that, I have to watch my mom, who's like my best friend, be crushed all the time. I have to watch my dad be crushed. I have to watch my siblings, my kids. Like, it's just, there's so many moving parts to grief. No, I didn't post a video where you could see Lindy. My mom doesn't want that video to be sent out to anyone or posted or anything like that. Yeah, losing your brother 2 months ago. I'm sorry, it sucks. Do your kids understand it? My older one does. My daughter and then my little stepson, they're 12 and 11. They understand fully. My little one, he has no clue. He's crazy. I did. Okay, the lady from Assumption, Paris that just got 30 years. That's freaking awesome. I shared a post on Facebook about that. I actually went find the man that she killed. I went find his mama and I wanted to message her to tell her how happy I was for her. And she actually had sent me a message. I have a ton of messages on my Facebook that go to my spam. So I never even saw his mom's message. But I seen that she messaged me back. I need to go read it. But I'm so happy for her, even though I don't think 30 years is enough. It is the maximum. And I'm so happy for her because people need to realize, like, she's going to get 30 years, but this family got a life sentence, you know, and so did he. Did the accident happen? Yes, it happened right before the Ville Platte exit on mile marker 41. It's on the southbound lanes. Oh, thank you for the lights. They kind of match my little lights out here. These are the bracelets. But you can't really see Christopher's. Let me see. Is your brother struggling extra post accident? I wouldn't say extra. That's been something we've been dealing with for 10 years. That's just another layer on top of grief that we have to deal with. I can't even go there because I don't even have the energy for it, truly. Yes, the bracelets, I listed them on the website. I linked the website in the bio. In the bio. What? In my bio. That's cool, Sydney, Australia. Marissa, if y'all weren't on earlier, Marissa was here. I had her on live. She wasn't on too long, though. I got banned because Bregman showed his butt. Did the paramedics think the little kids were going to make it? One of the paramedics is on this live right now. Tyler, I think you thought Christopher was going to make it, huh? Because you were fussing him when he was coding. I do believe in heaven. I know. Y'all want me to tell y'all the story of how I know Cameron's in heaven? Tyler Farris, if y'all see him commenting, that's Christopher's, he was Christopher's paramedic, and I know 1000% if there was a possibility for Christopher to be saved, Tyler would have did it. Tyler pinged 2 hospitals to see which one was closer. One was 4 minutes closer. He was on his way to that one. Tyler tried to save my boy. He had one look at those perfect teeth and he tried. So I'm going to tell y'all why I know Cameron's in heaven. And I will tell y'all, there's so many things. I'm going to go way back. I'm going to tell y'all all the stories about how I know Jesus is real, how I know God is real. I'm going to tell y'all a few stories. This is going way back. When my daughter was probably like 3 or 4 years old, her dad, which was my husband, oh God, so embarrassing. He was a drug head and all of this. Okay, so he got bad off on drugs, and I had finally had enough, so me and him were split up. We were living in the house that we were renting from my cousin. I wasn't working because I was in school. He just took off and went to Texas to his mom's. And left us high and dry. So I went live at my mom's. This is why I say Ami and Cameron and Lindy and Christopher were so close, because we lived there. So of course he left us high and dry with no money, no nothing. So I'm living at my mom's. I go with my mom to get a haircut, and all the ladies in there were talking about Elf on the Shelf. Y'all know this was when Elf on the Shelf first got popular. Well, I could not afford an Elf on the Shelf. They were like $40. I thought that was ridiculous anyway. So Ami had this little, which I wish I could find it for y'all. I know I still have it. I'm not sure exactly where it's at. I think it's in my attic. Ami had this little Tinkerbell Barbie doll, and she had pointy ears just like an elf. I went by some red fabric and some gold fabric and some little cotton balls, and I made her into a little Christmas elf. you could never tell she was a Tinkerbell with green stuff. She had a red Santa Claus suit on with a hat. So I was sharing with the ladies at the hair salon that I was like, oh, I can't, I'm not paying $40 for an Elf on the Shelf. I made my own, and I was showing them pictures of it. Now, I never told these ladies that I couldn't afford it. I never told them what I was going through. I never told them anything. I just told them that I thought Elf on the Shelf was too expensive. So I made my own. Well, then the next day we went to Christmas chapel at the school, the same school that the kids went to. My little girl was in it. Well, some lady that was in the salon, I don't even remember meeting her. I don't even remember her name, but my mom knows her name. Said, Dawn, the Lord told me to give this to you to give to Katie, and it was money. How would she, like, she did not know my situation, my story, anything. So, like, I just bursted into tears because I knew that was God. Like, 100% I knew that was God. That was my first time, like, 100%, you can't tell me God's not real. That was my first experience with that. So how I know Cameron's in heaven is when we were doing EMDR, the counselor said, okay, we're going to do EMDR. We're going to hold the memory in our hand. And the memory we were going to, the first memory that's most traumatic to me was seeing Cameron's body. So she said, we're going to go, and I'm inviting Jesus to come with you and just let you know where he was in that moment. So I'm doing EMDR. I'm watching the lights. She's telling me, okay, walk back into the room just like, that day. And, she's asking me where I'm at. I'm like, 10 out of 10. I'm struggling. This is hard. And she said, okay, where's Jesus? So I'm just sitting there, and she told me, just let my imagination run. So I let my imagination just go, and I see Jesus walk into the room and then cradle Cameron just like a baby, lift her up off the hospital bed that she was on, and walk out the room with her. And he turned back around and he said, I got her. And then he walked up the stairs with her and then walked out the door. My sister's in heaven. So I mean, who would I be to not be a Christian and make dang sure I'm going to heaven to see her again? You know how much harder grief would be if a mosquito in my face. If I believed that my siblings were just dead in the ground and their life got stolen from them and that was the end. Like, how would I even get up? Like, I know without a doubt, they got mosquitoes everywhere, y'all. I know without a doubt that when I die and go to heaven, I am going to see my little people. So that gives me strength. I have to remind myself of that every single day. And if y'all didn't hear on the live where Cameron Fodge, Lindy's best friend, was on, he was struggling with the fact that he didn't think Lindy was ready to die. He was so terrified she was in hell. He was losing sleep. He was not able to sleep. He was being tormented with the fact that Lindy was in hell. He was just like, she wasn't ready. He didn't tell this to us because he didn't want us to start thinking this. But then he went to a church that he usually didn't go to, and they were having some kind of, he can tell y'all the story better. But he said as they were like wrapping up and closing everything, he said the preacher was like, somebody in this room is dealing with a loss and it's like really taking over your life. And Cameron was like, oh my gosh, like that's me. And so like I said, his main thing was he wasn't sleeping. He was just being tormented with the fact that Lindy was in hell. So he called. So the preacher said, whoever's struggling with losing your friend, come up to the altar. So he went up and he said all kind of people were laying their hands on him, praying for him and everything. And the preacher looked at him and he said, son, he said, rest. And like, that was so powerful because he was not resting. He was up in arms terrified that she was in hell. And then I don't remember if he started saying it or if the preacher said it, but he just started saying he carried her to glory. And then he had to call me like immediately and tell me this story, like in tears, like, Katie, she's in heaven. Like, so that's my confirmation with her. I didn't have anything specific with Christopher, but he was like a little angel. So how could he not be in heaven? Like, there's no way somebody as perfect as him could be in hell. It's just impossible. And this is one other thing that I didn't share with y'all yet. I wish I could set my phone down, but it's charging. So listen how cool this is. Thank you for the heart. I know, I feel like these stories need to be shared. We need to write a book, y'all. I just decline. I need to write a book. I just don't like to write. I need somebody to write a book for me. So this is one last thing that's, it's not really like to do with the, it kind of is. Okay, so my husband works, look how frizzy my hair is with this humidity outside. God, why do I live in Louisiana? Someone write it, publish. Get someone to write it and you can self-publish on Amazon. Yeah, y'all want me to do an audio book with my Cajun accent? Y'all know y'all want to listen to me talking y'all to sleep. Okay, so so my husband works for an electric company, okay? My daddy retired from the same electric company. It's called Cleco. That's like our local New Iberia electric company. So my husband was a lineman for sitting outside in New Iberia. Oh, where are you at in New Iberia? You're not far from me. I'm off of Laurelville Road. I only listen to audio. Yeah. I'm such a psycho. I listen to true crime stories to go to sleep. And they're like, oh, nothing more peaceful than a murder story. I'm in Youngsville. Oh, not far. Cleco. Yeah, they do have Cleco in Slidell. So Cleco, that's who my husband works for. Oh, you're not far from me. I'm off of Laurelville Road too. So my husband works for Cleco. I told you this for the 1,000th time. And my dad retired from there right before the wreck happened. And my husband was a lineman since 2014. That's been his position. He never thought about doing anything else. Well, when the wreck happened, Cleco sent flowers. And I was like, Cleco, can we do a little more? Can we do a little more than send flowers for my 3 little people that got killed? Like, can we at least put out a statement? Can we do something more for my people? So y'all know me. Y'all know how I am. And I emailed the public relations person at Cleco. And I'm like, hey, my 3 siblings died. And, y'all sent flowers and that was nice. But, like, I feel like y'all could have did a little more. We need some softball lights on our field. And we are doing a Simmons Family Sports Complex. And if it's going to be named after my siblings, like, I need it to be balling. Like, I need it to be beautiful. I needed to just, I needed to do all the things. So I said, can y'all pay for us some softball lights? And he was like, hold on, let me send this up the chain. So he did. Is that why we had a $300 bill? So, yeah, taller, probably so. So they sent it up the bill and it got approved. So we're getting softball lights. I didn't even get to tell y'all this yet. I need to do a whole TikTok on this. So the lights got approved. But wait, I'm not done. Listen to this, how crazy. So the guy who was working on our light project, it had just got started. Like, he went out to the field. He got an estimate to see how much it was going to cost. And they got the green light to do it, okay? So this guy, his name is Garrett. another position posted in the company, and Garrett applied for it and got it. So Garrett is no longer the person working on our light project, okay? So Garrett's position became open. My husband applied for it. My husband got it. So guess who's working on our light project? My husband. Like, you can't make that up. Like, that has to be God. You cannot convince me otherwise. So my husband is literally project coordinator for our light project on our field. And what's crazy is we've been needing softball lights for so long. Our softball team is the strongest sport at our school. So softball for sure needs lights. We have to have all our games at 3 o'clock because of no lighting. Now we get to have lights. Now we get to have later games. But we don't have baseball lights, but we don't have a baseball team. You know, it's so sad. Christopher was the last player. He made the baseball team. Once he died, they didn't have enough to play baseball. So, Clico is who we pay. Yeah, y'all contributing to the light fund if y'all have Clico. So yeah, it's crazy. I want to get baseball lights too, so I told Eric, I'm like, okay, if the conversation ever arises, just know we want lights for the baseball field. We want all the lights, okay? And he was like, okay, I'll see what I can do. So yeah, that's crazy. So those are 3 stories that come to I'm not mad anymore. Yo, Tyler, is your bill really high? Because my bill, like, I have Clico, and I swear it's not because Eric works there. We do not get a discount for that. But my bill has not been, like, high at all. But, I know the summer's just getting started. If we move back on our property, though, we're going to have Entergy, which sucks. Because I like being with Clico because, if my lights go out, chop, chop. We should get a discount. I agree. Oh, you think I look like my mom? That's not something I heard a lot before. Did you have a hard time talking to God after? Okay, so I will not lie. The first night, the night of the wreck, I didn't get home till 4 a.m. I think I was up by 5:30 talking to the principal, and I was up the whole day. So like, I didn't even, that whole day is like a blur. But the next night, when everything kind of started to like sink in, I remember vividly telling God, you want me to believe you? You want me to serve you? And you're going to do this to me? F that. F that. I'm not going to lie to nobody. That is what I said. And then the very next day, I was at the hospital. My mom was having a surgery. And I told one of the pastors that. I said, I'm not going to lie to you. I'm pissed. I'm pissed off at God. I said, how could he do this to me? Oh my God, there's a June. Here they come. So he explained to me that is called a lament prayer. And he said, God can take that. God knows that you're pissed. God understands that you're pissed, and he's okay to take that. Oh my God, is it behind me? I see one flying right there. So he told me like oh my God. Yo, these Junes are always jacking me up. I don't mess with these Junes. So yeah, I got over it, my little hissy fit. I'm not mad at God anymore. I know one day when we get to heaven. Oh, cool. This matches my friends. I know one day we'll understand. I know one day when we get to heaven, we'll be like, oh, thank God. Because I told my mom, I said, what if all 3 of them at that one point in time, they were all right with God and they all went to heaven, and there was going to be no other time that was going to happen, and they had to go. I said, wouldn't you say it was best? And so we know that one day we'll understand, but probably not while we're on this earth. Took me almost a year to get a nope, nope. Abort. Abort. June. Oh gosh, you don't have Junes. Marissa was on live earlier. She was on live for like 10, 20 minutes. Her and her mom came visit tonight. Is that you crying?
Why?
You crying?
Why? Why?
What? Wanna get down?
Down.
Down. Got it? Got it.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I did get. So when it said the room was blocked, Bregman, his butt showed across my screen because he was all wet because he was playing in the rain, and then when I brought him in the house, I took his clothes off, and when I went in the room to get his clothes, he hopped on Marissa's lap and his butt was on my live for like a brief second, and somebody reported it. So I got banned for minor sexual exploitation. It was literally like a second. It was like a baby butt. Like, come on, whatever. People are stupid. When you agree on a shirt, yes, I will definitely let y'all know about the shirts. I'm still like, the ones I got, like, I like them, but I just, like, I don't know. I need to work on it more. How did you tell the principal? So I messaged the principal. She was on here earlier. She was in the room. I'm not sure if she still is. Probably not. That was a long time ago. I messaged her, and in the middle of the night, I think at like 3 a.m, I said, hey, did you hear about the wreck? And then she called me on Facebook like maybe 5:30 in the morning. And then I called her back, and oh my God, we just wailed and cried on the phone together because some LCK pocket t-shirts. Yeah, see, I'm working with a local girl, but I think that's going to be like a lot of work. I think I want to do somebody that can like ship from their store. And your siblings and dad, what about them? So if y'all have any ideas on shirts, send them my way. Like, of course I want to do some with the drawings, but are you close to Estherwood? I don't know where that's at. Their rooms are just, Christopher's room's exactly how he left it. Cameron's room is clean, which is not how she left it. Lindy's room, we cleaned it, which is not how she left it. But Lindy's room, so sad. It's kind of like my mom's makeup room now. Oh God, Brayden. You ready to go night-night? I can't show him, y'all, because he don't have a shirt on. Go get your jammies.
Daddy.
Go get your jammies. Go ask Daddy to get... Come on, let's go get your jammies so I can show you on the camera without getting in trouble. Trouble? Yeah, I got in trouble. Look, you got some jammies right here. Look, I got some jammies. I'll put on the jammies. Come see. Come see. Has our merchandise. Yeah, I'm struggling with the shirt part. Come see, Bubba. Come see. Come put on your jammies. You don't have to bring your blocks to put on your jammies. Person, but did they die on impact? Lindy died on impact. Cameron and Christopher each died at a different hospital. Come see, Bub. Come see, look. Come see. Come put on your shirt. Why do you gotta throw stuff? How is Marissa take it when she found out? I found a book on Amazon. Yes, you can ship it to the P.O. box. My mom gets everything for the P.O. box. And which actually I have a few things that I need to do a video on. We actually got them before we went to Austin, and she brought them here, and then we never got around to doing a video. And we thought about doing it on live, but if the people who sent it to us aren't on, I don't want them to miss it. Say golf jammies. You got hold on to mama's arms like that. Good job. Good job. Wait, hold on. We're not done yet. Wait. Put that leg down. Wait. We gotta get this one in first. It's stuck. It's stuck. Here. All right. You can put this foot in. There we go. It's such a big boy. Boy. Okay. Let me fix this. There it is. Look.
No.
Wait. Say hi.
No.
Say hi. Can you say hi? Marissa is my brother's girlfriend who was in the my phone is like steady dying. So I usually have a YouTube video playing during the day while I'm working, and I need to just plug in my phone because my phone is always dead. Marissa didn't see Christopher when she woke up? I don't know. She never said that. I'm not sure. No, we're not having any more kids. He is the caboose. I had a girl. He has a boy. And I wanted one together. Eric was fine with us just having two. But I wanted one kid together. So I will be a speaker for Sudden Impact. But here's the thing. I work full time. So it's hard for me to be like present, because she told me, she's like, I have so many schools booked, like I can run you ragged, like if you're available, I'm using you. The thing is, I work, and I used all my PTO for the rec. I get more PTO in August, but I get 6 weeks PTO, and that's including holidays. Like I have to use my PTO for holidays. So, and if I use all my PTO to go speak for drunk driving stuff, like I'm gonna run myself ragged. So my vision, my goal is to start a nonprofit, and be able to do that full time. I work for a living, and our expenses are based on me and my husband's income. So I can't do it for free. Like I have to replace my income. So my goal would be to start a nonprofit and be able to tell our stories every day. I'd love to travel the country and do it. I didn't go to the scene. Actually, when I went from Opelousas, which is where Cameron was, to Bunkie, where Christopher was, I actually passed the scene. I didn't know it at the time, but I did, and there was nothing there anymore. Had they still been there, I would have stopped, which is probably for the best that I didn't see Lindy like that, because seeing Christopher and seeing Cameron that night is 1000% the two most traumatic experiences of my life. Like I can barely talk about them without crying. So I think if I would have saw Lindy that night, that would have just been another very traumatic moment. So the bracelets, that I listed them on the website today. So I don't know, y'all. I feel like I'm I do not like anyone to pay for anything for me. Like I'm really funny about that. So I feel bad doing any kind of fundraisers. I don't know how to explain it. But me and my mom were thinking $25 per drawing. What do y'all think of that price? How did the kids' friends find out? I told Lindy's friends, Cameron's friends, surprisingly, Cameron was in a group chat with her friends, and this is kind of another crazy story. One of Cameron's friends, Cole, was on his way home from the basketball game. He was the basketball manager, and he was riding home with the basketball coach. They got stopped at the police diversion, like where they were diverting the cars, and they witnessed the second accident where the man hit the police cruiser and died. They witnessed that, so they had to stay and give witness statements. Tyler, in the text messages, I read their group text. He said, "Hey, there was a wreck, y'all," and he sent a picture of the wreck. And he said, "Can y'all check on Chris and Cam Simmons?" And somebody said, "Why?" And he said, "Because there was a wreck up ahead, and I want to make sure it's not them." So then, in the middle of the night, they started all finding out. So, like, I actually have their real-time text messages of Cameron's friends finding out. And then I vividly remember telling Cameron Faj, and I can hear his mom in the background, and she said, "But Lindy's okay, right?" Because, like, that was Lindy's friend. And, he didn't hit two people, but they were diverting traffic because of our wreck. And there was another wreck at that diversion. There was a police cruiser directing traffic to take the exit because of the wreck, and he hit a police cruiser, and the man who hit the police cruiser, he died. So technically 5 people all died from this. Yeah, Miss Jana, I'll have to read you those text messages one day. It's so sad. Like, Cole was not okay. Cole definitely took it the hardest out of all of them. Yes, that was... You know what's crazy? I'm rushing to the hospital to get there, and I'm thinking I'm going to find one of my little siblings alive and in a hospital bed, wondering where their family is. And within 10 minutes of that, I'm getting asked what funeral home I want to use. What? Are the kids still in the car? I think so. Yeah, Cole, he took this really hard. Oh, I'm happy to hear Bregman looks like Christopher. How did she take it once y'all told her? I don't know the full story around Marissa finding out. I know her mom told her, and I know they used like the hospital resources on like, help and how to tell her and stuff. Is the same guy that caused the accident with her children? I don't know. I don't understand that question. Oh, day to day. That's exactly how I'm doing. Every day is just a day at a time. I miss my old life. Like, when I look at, like, if I scroll through my phone, I can clearly tell when the wreck happened by my screenshots. And, like, my screenshots before that were, like, so meaningless. Like, just random things. And it's like, to be that carefree again. Yasmin, I messaged Jasmine to tell her, and she called me, but I later found out that Cameron had already told her. But me and her got on the phone, and she just cried and cried on the phone with me. It didn't even feel real. Marissa was in the middle. Yeah, Marissa was just like sleeping when the wreck happened. So after it happened, she woke up. She was not unconscious. He only hit them. So the drunk driver hit my family. That was one wreck. And then where they were diverting traffic because of our wreck, there was another wreck. And that a man died in that wreck. So it was like 2 wrecks. They were like 4 miles apart though. Yeah, my new normal. Oh, Miss Cindy, my mom showed me the necklace. Thank you so much. She was like, I don't know what it does, but I recognized the name and I showed her in the light. So cool. I have it here. Well, no, actually we were at my rent trailer when she brought it to me. Is it lagging? I thought Eric was about to walk in. He don't like the TikTok live thing. Let's see. Okay, so the middle seat being the safest. So the director of Sudden Impact, Bridget, she is a trauma nurse, and she said the middle seat is the safest seat in the core. She said that's why she believes Marissa survived. It's the center of gravity and it's the furthest point from impact. So that is the safest seat. I think she woke up right when they got hit. Yes. Thank you for the sunglasses. So I really regret how my daughter found out. I'm not going to beat myself up over it though, because I mean, the state of mind I was in that night, but I was at a Christmas party with my husband when it happened. She was here with her little friend by themselves, which I mean, she's almost 13 and we were going to be back by like 10. So she stayed home alone. And then when I think I might have texted her first. I don't even remember if I texted her, but I know I told her on the phone. I completely regret that. But my daughter's not an emotional person. Like, she wouldn't have wanted to like hug and stuff like that. But yeah, I really regret telling her on the phone, because that's just, I shouldn't have did that. But no, only Lindy died on the scene. The other 2 each made it to a different hospital. But honestly, Cameron and Christopher, they didn't even die from like blunt force. Like, they didn't even die from like getting like crushed or anything graphic like that. It was all the speed of the impact. I think their little bones were broken. At first, I was really mad at God. Like, I'm not going to lie. Like, I was cussing him out. Like, I was pissed. I was like, how could you do this to me? But that was very early on. Now I am closer to God than I've ever been in my life, because it's the only way I can deal with this, honestly, is to have faith that I will see them one day again. My stepson, I mean, he was really sad. He's very soft-hearted, so he was like super sad. But I mean, he's 10. But they've been in his life since he was 3. They did not have autopsies. I confirmed that today. We didn't think they did because we never heard anything about it. But then Bridget said she thought they should have, because they were under 18 and they died from a crime. But I looked at their death certificates today and all of them say no autopsy. So they all 3 did have open caskets. Yes. That was another thing. I didn't know, like, I just knew I saw Lindy and Cameron's body, and that was so traumatizing for me. So the funeral director, so like, I think I saw Cameron's body at 12:30. I saw Christopher's body at 1 something. And then I went to bed at 4 something, 4 or 5. And then by 8 o'clock, the funeral home was calling me saying, do you know if y'all want to cremate? And then my mom's in ICU, has no idea what happened. My dad can't even think straight. I didn't know that they needed their permission to do it anyway. So I was like freaking out over this decision. I was calling my aunt. We didn't know what to do. And in the end, clearly we didn't cremate, which I'm glad. I know my mom needed to see them and my dad needed to see. I knew everybody needed to see him for closure, but I was just trying to like protect them from what I had saw, because seeing Cameron and Christopher that night, like I said a bunch of times, that is the most traumatizing part of all of this. Like, I struggle to even think about those moments. Every single time I tell my story to anybody, I get choked up at those two parts. Like, those two parts are so hard for me because I was expecting to see Lindy, and I was expecting Cameron and Christopher to be alive, just in a hospital bed. And then within seconds, I'm being asked what funeral home. None of them looked bad. Like, Cameron literally looked like she was sleeping. Christopher broke his nose, so the night that I saw him, his nose was purple, but he looked just like himself. Like, he didn't look all mangled at all. I only saw from his neck up. He was in a hospital bed with a blanket. But Christopher, so like I said, Cameron looked like she was sleeping. Her hair was beautiful. Her face was beautiful. She looked perfect. Christopher, same thing. He looked good, but his nose was so purple, and they put a ton of makeup on to try to cover it, so his nose didn't look like him. And Christopher had a very distinct hairstyle. Like, he would flip it up, and they fixed his hair like a traditional boy, like combed it over, and like that's not how he did his hair. So he didn't look like himself, but he didn't look bad. Like, he didn't look mangled or anything like that. He just didn't look like himself. And Lindy looked pretty much like herself. They just kind of didn't do her makeup like she did, but I don't know what they had to work with. The only thing I saw in Lindy was a little cut on her pinky. And we had the funeral almost 2 weeks after the wreck happened, and they looked perfect. I have a picture of each one on my phone, because it's like, do you take a picture? What if you want it? And like, I'm not gonna lie, I went back several times and just made myself. They did my man's hair. I know, Tyler, and if they wouldn't have hairsprayed it, I swear I would have fixed it. I would have went and get a comb or something, but his hair was not looking like, he looked better the night of the wreck than he did in the funeral. And it's not that he looked bad, it wasn't him. Yeah, you definitely, like, my mom couldn't remember what they looked like in the casket, and she made me show her one time, and she cried and cried. But like the therapist says, like, facing the hard thing is truly how you heal. Like, so when me and my mom were on our way home from Arkansas, we already were like, we remembered that it was prom night while that boy had some beautiful teeth. Golly, he had some beautiful teeth. But when we were on our way back from Arkansas, me and my mom, we were already really sad because it was prom night, and we realized Christopher wasn't going to get to go to his first prom. And then passing the crosses on the way back, like, we struggled, we sobbed, like boohoo cried. So we told the counselor about that, and she said that was probably too much. She said it's good to face the hard things, but don't do it to where it's too much. Like, be gentle on yourself, know your boundaries, and when it's too much, then just back off. That's why, like, with the picture, like, I know a lot of people were saying this lady shouldn't have took these pictures, but my mom messaged her and she's like, hey, I don't want you to think we upset with you from all the comments that this lady shouldn't have took pictures. She said, I know I asked for those pictures, and I wish you had more because it helps me face what happened. And the lady said, you know what? She said, that don't really bother me. She said, I don't think anybody knows what they would do in that situation because they weren't in it. She said, and until you in it, you don't know. She said, I thought I did the right thing. And my mom said, don't worry about it, like, at all. And that's one thing I learned from this. Unless you go through it, you don't know. Because if somebody would ask me, what would you do if a drunk driver killed 3 of your siblings? I would say, oh, I would just kill myself. Like, no way I wouldn't do it. You truly don't know until it happens to you, or if you're in that situation. Like, what this family witnessed, the one that took pictures, they literally witnessed Cameron moaning and screaming and fighting the tube. They witnessed Christopher go from telling them his name and like talking normal, and then his lips turning blue and him going out of consciousness. They witnessed my mom screaming for my sister that they knew was dead. They witnessed my sister dead, pinned in the car. Like, they were just on their way home, or I'm not sure where they were going, but they ended up staying at this scene for 3 hours. And unless you in that position, man, you just don't know what you would do. Did Cameron get in trouble or not? No. She was just kind of like me. Like, she wanted to try thing. She just, she liked to do a little rebellious, but not like nothing serious at all. She just videoed some parts of the car and like the scene, and the one of the videos caught like a little bit of Lindy, not anything graphic, but like you could see her sleeve. And like, Lindy is still just such a big question mark to us. Like, since she died right away, nobody ever tells us anything about Lindy from the scene. I know there's not much to tell, but we always wondering and wondering and wondering. And it just, even just seeing that picture, it's freaking hard to Tyler, you probably know a little more than I do. I know when I first spoke to her, it was very soon after, and I had to stop because it was a lot. It was way too soon to hear some things. It was like talking and making noise. Christopher was, from what I was told, he said his name and he was awake. And from what the same lady said, Cameron was never conscious, but she was like moaning and moving and stuff. When they got hit, did the car flip? Not their car. Their car spun around, but the other dude, the drunk driver, his truck flipped. No, I didn't post his video. I'm not going to be posting that video. Yeah, my mom just found that out, that he was awake. I didn't tell her that for a long time. And when she read that the other day, she had a really rough night. But it helps us to stop asking questions. We just wonder. And when you get an answer about something, it's just one more thing you can put to rest. The lady, the way she worded it, she said, I helped a boy who called himself Christopher out the car. So, what are they saying? She told me, now this is all coming from a witness. This is, she said, he was awake at first and then he went unconscious and his lips were turning blue and his stomach was swelling. I don't know. I do know Christopher had a broken neck and he was bleeding internally. They got hit. They were going 75 to 80 miles per hour and the other guy was going 80 to 90 and they hit head on. So really, it's not crazy that they died. It's crazy that my mom lived. Yeah, and the lady said my mom was screaming for Lindy, which breaks my heart. She was like, but why wasn't I screaming for the other ones? I'm like, Mom, they were behind you and you just got in an insane wreck. Like, you probably didn't even know they were in the back seat. Do you have to pass the rec site when you're going to find your sibling? When I was going from Cameron to Christopher, I did, but I didn't know I passed it. It was all gone by the time I passed, and I don't know my way around that area, and I didn't know where the wreck was at that point. I did pass where it happened. Going from Opelousas to Bunkie, I did have to pass it. I just didn't know that I passed it. If I had passed it and they were still there, I would have 1,000% stopped, and I know I would have saw Lindy. And that would have been another traumatizing moment, because the moment that I had to identify Cameron's body and the moment that I had to identify Christopher's body was by far, hands down, the most traumatizing part of all of this. I can't even get past those parts when I'm telling the story yet. I cannot get past it. Lindsay, remind me to send y'all some bracelets and the drawing. I need to test out shipping the drawing. My brother died 2 years ago. He didn't even look like... That's how my siblings were. They really didn't look bad. Cameron was the one that looked more like me. That's what we always get told. Did you think the seatbelts? Yeah, I do think the seatbelts did. I don't know if Christopher, I don't know how he had his on. The police report, the crash report says they were all wearing it correctly, but I kind of am not sure if Christopher had it like maybe under him. I don't know. Did your mom at that point? My mom didn't know any of them passed until 2 days later. Didn't you say one of them broke their neck? Lindy and Christopher's, what is it? Death certificate both say they broke their neck. I do have a video about telling my mom. It's on my YouTube channel. It was too long to post here. Thanks for the heart. I have so many videos of Lindy doing that heart thing with her hands. Yes, I'm going to ship them to you, Lindsay. We got them all stamped with her signature and everything. And the teacher that stamped them for us numbered them for me. Have you been able to find any comfort? Sometimes I do. Like when I have to remind myself every single day, like, okay, I know I get sad, like, oh, it's not fair. Cameron didn't get to drive. Christopher didn't get to do this. But really, they're in heaven, and they don't even care about that. It's only us that's sad. But then in the next minute, I might be crying over something. My YouTube is linked in my bio. If you click the little thingy on there. How are your other siblings? The other one that's taking it pretty much as hard as me is Kyle. Me and him both have a really soft heart. And we're probably the closest with them. But he's been doing better lately. I talked to him today. We talked about sushi, though. Marissa was in the middle, yeah. My mom, physically, she's doing okay. She just kind of has trouble with, like, her legs. That's the main issue. Her wrist still hurts her sometimes. She finished with OT, though. She probably shouldn't be finished with OT. Go to then. Oh, I need to go visit Lindy's friend in Thibodaux. We'll have to remember that place. I have an older brother. I'm the oldest girl. Me and my husband's relationship, he's been a saint, y'all. Oh my God. I don't know how I'd be getting through this without him. But I do think he just misses our old life. So do I. He's been really good. Like, I can't ask for better. But I mean, it's definitely, I mean, it affected us, but not like you think. So did she know? That is well, our family in Thibodeau. I spent friends here with Lindy, and she always had her camera. Yes, she did. Always have. That's what I miss most about her. Bye, Lindsay. Love you. I miss that about her so much. That's why we have so many videos. Like, she didn't just video you on like special occasions. She videoed you doing nothing. And like, when somebody passes away, you don't miss seeing them get an award, or you don't miss them walking down for graduation. You miss them sitting on your couch on a Tuesday afternoon. And that's what Lindy recorded. And I miss that so much, but I'm so glad we have what we have. I do think Lindy tried dodging the court, and my mom will tell you this, that Lindy saved her life. Because by Lindy turning the little bit that she did, she took the brunt. Marissa was on live earlier. I'm going to try and upload. I'm going to try and upload the live. I just have to block out Bregman's butt. Yeah, film, like, I'm definitely, like, since this happened, I try to film my kids doing nothing. Like, that is what your heart craves when the people are no longer here. Like, you don't miss them standing up holding an award or singing in a Christmas play. Like, you miss them clowning on the sofa watching the movie. Yes, so the artwork, I have it all ready to go. It's all stamped. I just need to figure out how to ship it. My mom is going to bring it to the clerk at the post office tomorrow, which is her good friend, and see what's the cheapest way to ship. Like, whether it's like to roll them up in a little tube or ship them with some kind of like cardboard in it. I want to figure out what's the cheapest way, and then I'm going to post all the artwork. Lindy was in the left lane, and he was in, I wish I could get in Lindy's Snapchat. I haven't been able to do that yet. I got into Cameron's phone and Cameron's Snapchat, and I got a lot of things from there. Are you not allowed or comfortable with speaking? No, we can talk about him. He just, I mean, he's dead. We don't really know much about him. The wife isn't saying anything. We don't know anything about, we met with the lawyer the other day, and we don't know why he was going where he was. She won't say anything, so we don't really know anything. Lindy's playlist, like, I know I'm kind of old for it, but like, I know if I was younger, I would be bumping it. Christopher and Cameron made it to the hospital, but they didn't live much longer after that. Yeah, Lindy was usually the one filming, but I'm not gonna lie, Cameron had a good bit on her phone. Oh, 60 days sober, keep it up. My brother struggles with sobriety, not with alcohol, but with pills, and man, it's exhausting. I just wish I wish there was like a magic way to fix it. I can't find Lindy's playlist. I saw Cameron Fosh say that you have to have a subscription to Apple Music to find her. I don't know. I have one, so I don't know. Sierra. You talking about my sister-in-law, Sierra? Yeah, I can upload this live. I'm going to try to upload the one with Marissa, and I know a lot of y'all would want to see that. I'll just have to edit out Bregman's butt, because that's what got me banned. My cousin had to leave. Ugh, see, that's not right, man. Like, why? You shouldn't get another chance once you got a DUI. Like, you should not get another chance. Oops. So the other day we actually asked Marissa. I don't think Chris would have a ton in his phone, but I know he would have some treasures. So we asked Marissa, we said, would you happen to know his passcode? And she said, she texted my mom back and she said, no, there's no real reason that I needed it. She said he was just always looking at stocks and stuff. I'm like, yep, in true Christopher fashion. Thank you for the heart. She said Cameron never talked or was conscious, but she did eventually start trying to like fight the tubing and stuff like that. How is your younger brother doing? Kyle, I think you're talking about Kyle. He's doing better. He's been doing like really bad. Like grief has been really kicking him in the butt, but I think he had a good week this week. I think it was we need to pressure. Yes, y'all best believe if I can get this nonprofit started and I can really focus on this and not my job, I'm coming for them DUI laws. Like, I think they were trying to, like, maybe, I don't know if they were trying to intubate her in the field, or I know she had, like, an IV. I just know they said she was, like, kicking and screaming. The lady said Chris did tell them his name and stuff. Were the other siblings that's close? Kyle was close to them. Probably me and Kyle were probably the closest. No, surprisingly, this man didn't have any prior DUIs, but we know that he was an alcoholic because he had liver failure. I think he just never got caught driving drunk. I don't know that for a fact. That's just my assumption. Yeah, I'm thinking they tried to intubate him at the scene. I really don't know. I don't know. I know when I saw Christopher Shy Baby, he had the ET tube down his throat. He was intubated. Yes, my sister's still here from California. She was actually on the live too. The other live was better, y'all. It wasn't just me. Let's see. Your mom was in the Corps. Yes, she was in the Corps. I haven't had any dreams of them, and neither did my mom. And my mom is like desperate for a dream. It's lagging bad. I have to believe God. Yeah, I don't know how any of them would have handled it, but you know what? I'm really glad none of them have to experience this grief because it sucks. Have you talked to someone who could? I don't believe in that, like, spiritual world stuff. I just personally don't. Okay, it's freezing bad, so I'm a hop off and go take my bath and stuff. Maybe this weekend I'll schedule a live with Shay and Christopher, but I will talk to y'all later. Bye, y'all. Good night.